Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the fifth lecture of this series, Communication Skills ENGL 1119. And in today's lecture, I would like to say something about styles of communication. My name is Lukman Shah. Communication styles, to identify different communication styles and to recognize which one we use most often in our daily interactions with friends, family, colleagues is essential if we want to develop effective assertive communication skills. But how can we tell the difference between the styles and is there a time and place for each one in certain situations? Roles of a communication. Uh, we can judge the roles of communication. Any communicator, when he is in communication with someone else, so he will be a communicator. He may be a persuader, promoter, influencer, a counselor, supporter, investigator, analyzer, solver, challenger, doer. And normally we always strive for perfectionist in our style. The benefits of understanding the different styles of communication. A good understanding of the five basic styles of communication will help you to learn how to react most effectively when confronted with a difficult person. It will also help you recognize when you are not being assertive or not behaving in most effective way. Remember, you always have a choice as to which communication style you use. Being assertive is usually the most effective, the most wanted, but other styles are definitely, of course, necessary in certain situations, such as being submissive when under physical threat, a mugging or hijacking, etc. So there are five types of communication, five styles and five types of communication styles. The five communication styles are: first assertive, second aggressive, third passive aggressive, fourth submissive, which is also called passive, and the fifth is manipulative. Now look at this aggressive versus passive. In aggressive, the focus of communicator is always on his own needs without considering the needs of someone else. Now look at the passive. Passive focus on needs of the other, neglecting his or her own needs. Now assertive is the happy blending of this aggressive and passive. Assertive communicator will always focus on their needs and they will also keep in mind the needs of the others. The assertive style. Assertive communication is born of high self-esteem. It is the healthiest, the most effective, the most wanted, and normally people strive to achieve this assertive style of communication. The sweet spot between being too aggressive and too passive. Too aggressive is negative and too passive is also negative. So it is something in between these two extremes, and this is the most coveted, the most wanted style in communication. When we are assertive, we have the confidence to communicate without resorting to games or manipulation. We know our limits and do not allow ourselves to be pushed beyond them just because someone else wants or needs something from us. Surprisingly, however, assertive is the style most people use least. Now, assertive style in what the behavior of a person when he is using this assertive style. So the behavioral characteristics of this style is achieving goals without hurting others, protective of own rights and respectful of other rights, socially and emotionally expressive, making your own choices and taking responsibilities for them, asking directly for needs to be met while accepting the possibilities of rejection, accepting compliments. And the nonverbal communication, definitely the voice, medium in pitch and speed and volume will be normal and medium. Posture, open posture, symmetrical balance. These people will always communicate with relax, with confidence, with no fidgeting, and they will always enjoy the conversation with other people. The gestures will be smooth, rounded, vast, and uh, attractive. In fact, facial expression, good eye contact, they will be always been in good eye contact and they will have a sort of smile on their faces. And the spatial position, the location, in control, definitely respectful to other, but they will be in controlling situation and they are communicating to other. The assertive language used by assertive communicator. Please, would you turn the volume down? I am really struggling to concentrate on my studies. So if people on the receiving end feel they can take the person at their words, they know where they stand with the person. The second, I am so sorry, but I won't be able to help you with your project this afternoon as I have a dentist appointment. So the person can cope with the justify criticism and accept compliments. The person can look after themselves, respect for the person. Definitely, if the person is sorrying for doing something, but he has a sort of justification for that. The second is has evident from this uh, slide, the picture, the person communicating with others. So this is called aggressive style. This style is about winning situation, often at someone else's expense. The aggressive communicator always uh, give importance to himself or herself, and they consider themselves superior to others. So an aggressive person behave as if their needs are the most important, as though they have more rights and have more to contribute than other people. It is an ineffective communication style, as the content of the message may get lost because people are too busy reacting to the ways it is delivered. The aggressive behavior do not respect needs, opinions, or feelings of other uh, than their own. Definitely, they are focusing on their own needs. So do not apologize for things even when they are at fault. Do not respect the rights of others. Feel others do not have a right to ask for things they want. Avoid discomfort even at the risk of conflict. Aggressive style, the behavioral characteristics of aggressive style: frightening, threatening, loud, unfriendly, willing to achieve goals at expense of others, out to win, demanding, rude, quarrelsome, explosive, unpredictable, threatening, and bullying, and all these are present in aggressive communicator. The nonverbal behavior: volume will be always louder, posture bigger than others, and then gesture big, fast, sharp, and jerky, facial expression angry, frown, and the glaring, and special invade other personal space, try to stand over others, meddling with others. And language, aggressive style language: look at the language. You are crazy, do it my way, you make me stick. That is just about enough out of you. Scorn, name calling, threatening, blaming, insulting, and people on the receiving end feel defensive, aggressive, uncooperative, resentful, and vengeful, humiliated, hurt, afraid, a loss of respect for aggressive uh, person. So definitely this is not the wanted style. And then three forms of communication: aggressive, this is the critical parent; the assertive, this is adult; the passive aggressive, this is the child. So I feel, I need, I want. Look at the aggressive: judge whole person, hits person, labels person, call names you. And the assertive: open, honest, direct, equal. And passive: dishonest, pouting, you make me feel, not to direct, sarcasm and manipulations. So these three forms are normally used in communication. And then passive aggressive communication, it is a combination of passive communication and aggressive communication. Includes the desire to avoid conflicts, but still tries to get things done in their favor with manipulation, is the most commonly seen style in day-to-day affairs. Passive aggressive style, this is a style in which people appear passive on the surface but are actually acting but out their anger in indirect or behind the scenes ways. Prisoners of war often act in passive aggressive ways in order to deal with an overwhelming lack of power. Normal student of any class is often adopting this passive aggressive style. They are unable to say something on the face of their teacher, but when quitting the teacher, so they uh, showing the feeling or the anger behind the scene. People who behave in this manner usually feel powerless and angry and express their feelings by subtly discouragement, the object, real imagine of their resentments. even if this ends up sabotaging themselves. The expression cut off your nose to spite your face is a perfect description of passive aggressive behavior. Now, the behavioral characteristics of passive aggressive style of communicator: indirectly aggressive, mocking, deceitful, unreliable, complaining, angry, patronizing, gossiping, two-faced, pleasant to the people to their faces, but poisonous behind their backs. Non-verbal behavior: voice often speak with sugary sweet voice, posture often asymmetrical, standing with their hands engaged when being mocked or patronizing. Gestures can be irregular, quick. Facial expression often looks sweet and innocent, special, often too close, even touching other as pretends to be warm and friendly. The passive aggressive style, passive aggressive language is when you say something like, "Why don't you go ahead and do it? My ideas aren't very good anyway," but maybe with a little sting of irony or even worse, sarcasm, such as, "You always know better in any case." "Oh, don't you worry about me. I can sort myself out like I usually have to." So people on receiving always feel the confusion, the angry and hurt and resentful. And then the submissive style, the style is about pleasing other people and avoiding conflict. A submissive person behaves as if other people needs are more important and other people have more rights and more to contribute. Characteristics of Behavioral characteristics of the submissive: apologetic, normally avoiding any confrontation, finding difficulty in taking responsibilities or decision, yielding to someone else's preferences and discounting own rights and needs, opting out, feeling like a victim, blaming others for events, refusing compliments, inexpressive of feelings and desire. Submissive style, non-behavioral, verbal behavior. Voice is soft, posture make themselves as small as possible, head down, gestures, twist, and playing facial expression, no eye contact. Spatial position make themselves smaller, lower than other. Submissive behavior is marked by a martyr-like attitude, victim mental, victim mentality, and a refusal to try out initiatives which might improve things. Now look at, "Oh, it is nothing really. Oh, that is all right. I didn't want it more." So annoyed, frustrated, guilty, and this is the least wanted style of communication. Now the manipulative style is scheming, calculating, shrewd, cunning. Manipulative communicators are skilled at influencing or controlling others to their own advantage. Their spoken words hide an underlying message of which the other person may be totally unaware. Behavioral characteristics: cunning, controlling of other in an deceptive way, asking indirectly for needs to be met, making others feel obliged or sorry for them, use artificial tears. Nonverbal behavior: voice, patronizing, envious, studying, are often high pitch. Facial expression can put on the hangdog expression, in fact. So, language. "You're so lucky to have those chocolates. I wish I had some. I can't afford such expensive chocolate." So look at the people on the receiving end will be feel some sort of guilty, frustrated, angry, irritated because they will be manipulated, they will be subdued, they will be controlled by the other person hiddenly and cunningly. Now, communication pattern and intimacy, these are the style: partner A and partner B, and then relationship dynamics, who wins level of intimacy. So look at, for example, this chart: the partner A is passive, partner B is passive, and relationship devitalized. Definitely both will lose because both are the passive. The partner A is passive from the left side, uh, then level of intimacy low. No, the partner A is passive, partner B is aggressive. Then definitely partner B will be dominating the partner A. So definitely I win, you lose situation will be there and the intimacy will be low. And at the end, this the colored, both are assertive. So the relationship dynamics will be vital and growing. Both will win and the intimacy will be highly. This is a chart of the interactive uh, relation between amongst for the various communication style. The conclusion: good communication skills require a high level of self-awareness. Once you understand your own communication style, it is much easier to identify any shortcomings or areas which can be improved on. If you want to start communication in a more assertive manner, if you are serious about strengthening your relationships, reducing stress from conflict, and decreasing unnecessary anxiety in your life, practice being more assertive. It will help you diffuse anger, reduce guilt, and build better relationships with both personally and professionally. Remember the first rule of effective communication: the success of communication is the responsibility of the communicator. And this is the end of this lecture. If you had some question, you can ask.